Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel, Charles Morris. And that's the things I want to say about rich people is money is always going to be a rich man's best friend. But it depends on who the rich person is. And what kind of a heart the rich person has. Now, a rich person can either have a heart for loving money so much that they just don't even give a care about people in reality, or they can be happy that, or be glad that they're stinking filthy rich, and, be able to treat people the right way. There's a difference between a rich man that loves money, and there is a difference between a rich man who, at the same time, makes a lot of money, and at the same time knows how to treat people the right way. And it disgusts me so much that there are people out there that are stinking filthy rich millionaires, billionaires, or quadrillionaires, and they only just care about, how much money they make. And that's all that matters to them. If it's hundreds of millions or billions or quadrillions of dollars, that's the only thing that they're going to care about. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty big problem right there. It's a very big problem that there are just filthy, stinking rich millionaires, billionaires, and quadrillionaires. And most of them just only care about money. Not all of them, but most of them. Some rich millionaires or billionaires or quadrillionaires, some know how to treat people the right way. And that's what I want to say. Now, moving on to UPS drivers. And this is actually like one of the worst. This is one of the worst things that UPS drivers are experiencing right now. Now, making UPS deliveries, the issue that UPS drivers are facing is this. And it is, harsh, summer weather. That's what a lot of people are facing. One of the things that UPS drivers are having an issue is there is absolutely no air. Most UPS trucks don't have air conditioning in them. that's, that is one of the issues right there. And that's what UPS drivers are upset about. They don't... A UPS driver's job is to deliver packages on whether they... Whether they, have to deliver, Amazon packages, or, you know, important packages. Mostly Amazon packages. Now, here's the thing. In the state of Texas, or in Florida, these are states in the U.S. that, get pretty hot. They get so hot that they, that, you know, it starts to become like a major heat wave, almost. But the most hot place in the world that can get very hot is Jamaica, which is near the equator. And not like UPS drivers would ever have to deliver packages in Jamaica. Now, I don't know if they have a, I don't even know if they have a UPS store over there in Jamaica, but if they do, then I'm sure UPS trucks would, definitely need that air conditioning put in there, because here's the thing. UPS drivers, whether they have to deliver packages, like in anywhere in the United States, that get these, like, massive heat waves, or major heat waves, and that stuff, then they need to, at least consider putting that in there. Because these UPS drivers are in there, they're sweating in their, UPS trucks delivering packages and that stuff, and then, eventually, we all know how bad it is for you to be, sitting in a heated vehicle with no air conditioning. And that's one of the major problems here. Now, I know there is mass shootings here in the United States that are going to keep on happening throughout the whole year. So, I mean, that's gonna... I mean, that's something that won't change in this country. Like, mass shootings they're deadly. But it's even more deadly to, you know, die from a heat stroke. I mean, that's pretty important. And UPS trucks need that air conditioning. Because if UPS drivers continuing to suffer in this heat because of some major heat wave that is coming across a state or an area and that stuff, that eventually, if there was no heat, or I'm sorry, for, if there's no, air conditioning in the UPS trucks for the UPS drivers and that stuff, then eventually what could happen is they could end up dying from a heat stroke. Though the UPS drivers really, really need that air conditioning in their vehicles badly. They seriously do. Because while they're delivering packages, the air conditioning in their UPS truck could end up, if they're going in like some area like Texas or Florida or, any other kind of place where they could get, they hit with a heat wave here in the United States, then they at least would be better off with air conditioning so that they can prevent themselves from getting like some kind of a major heat stroke. I mean, their job is to deliver packages, but I think it's very important that no UPS driver should have to actually, work in hazardous conditions. I mean, that's what it is. So the more UPS drivers have to suffer in their truck over heat waves and that stuff, then they're working in hazardous conditions while delivering UPS packages. They need that air conditioning bad. It's the one thing that's going to, prevent them from getting a heat stroke big time. And it would prevent UPS workers working in hazardous conditions. That's what air conditioning would do. That's why they would need air conditioning put in their trucks. It's a big issue, and I hope that, there'd be UPS centers that would actually, consider actually placing air conditioners in a lot of UPS trucks. Because this is something that should be addressed. This is something that, should happen, and, if it ever ended up not happening, there would probably be like a bunch of delays and that stuff from people shopping off of Amazon, that kind of stuff, and, that would, that would be a big problem. So, UPS drivers need, air conditioning in their trucks, because this is something that would prevent working in some kind of a working hazard. Because if you had air conditioning in your UPS truck, and you were driving to like some place in Texas for like delivery, just to deliver a UPS package to somebody who lived in Texas, I could guarantee you that even though you have air conditioning in your truck, even if it was allowed by the UPS centers or whoever is in charge of putting air conditionings in UPS trucks, I'm sure that while that air conditioning is on in your UPS truck and you're in Texas, I could just, probably guess that you'll be better off not trying to get a heat stroke. And working in hazardous conditions is, it's a very serious problem. It's very serious. That's why that is exactly why you should, before you consider what address you have to deliver a UPS package to, you should see whether if that area is expected to have like some kind of massive heat wave or whatever, and you could end up not you could end up getting a heat stroke if there's no air conditioning in your UPS truck. If it's a place that you were going to, like Texas, not Texas, it's getting really hot. If you're driving to deliver a package to somebody who lived in Texas, that you probably might end up getting a major sunburn and a massive heat stroke, and it would be bad. So, UPS centers should really consider putting air conditioning in UPS trucks, because this is a pretty big issue, and air conditioning in UPS trucks is most needed. This is Charles Morris. Have a good day, and, in most places in the United States, there are massive heat waves, and UPS trucks need that air conditioning so that UPS employees won't have to end up getting their skin majorly burned or getting some kind of major heat stroke. And I believe you can die from a heat stroke, and this is a serious problem, and this is why air conditioning is most needed in most UPS trucks. This is Charles Morris. Have a good day. I'll see you on my next video.